Dave Riley, Gurra Downs Date Company. We also grow wine grapes. End of January 2021, and we're standing at the Cabernet Sauvignon patch. These were planted in 1997, and up until 3 months ago, we've been irrigating these with water coming out of the Gurra Gurra Wetlands, which has been very poor water quality. These are on Regari rootstock, which are meant to be salt tolerant, and somehow or other they got through all of those long years of irrigating with very salty water. But as of August in 2020, we've implemented a new irrigation extension project going back to Martins Bend. We're now irrigating with River Murray water as opposed to the Gurra Creek water. We've been here since the late 80s. This was a wheat field prior to that, so we basically have set up pretty much the whole horticultural area ourselves, and since then we've developed 21 acres of wine grapes and about 16 hectares of date palms. The irrigation system was a long time in the conception stage. We basically did that in 2 stages. We did the first part of it from Martins Bend, where we built a pump house and transported that water approximately 1 kilometre to another property we have, section 298, and that was done, I'm going to say 3 years ago, and then just in the last 12 months what we've done is we've hooked on the end of that pipe, and then we've extended that another 3 kilometres to this property, which included going under the Gurra Gurra Creek, which is a 400 metre wide crossing, and then up the hill, and then we've established a relift station on this property to re-energise the water, repressurise it, and go through our dripper system back here. The power upgrade was another component of the project, where we effectively had to get 3-phase power to the opposite side of the property. So that involved running a 3-phase power, 11,000 volts actually, 810 metres underground, and that's given us the ability to set up a new relift station, but also South Australian Power Network, the requirement was to get 11,000 volts across to the neighbouring fence line, so that, you know, if extensions need to occur beyond our property line, that's in there. So it was a lot of work getting the power across, as well as the pipelines. And just over the journey, we've evolved to a system now that can be remotely started with phones, and we've set it up so that we've got litres per second showing up on meters on this side of the property, and then a corresponding litres per second on a metre showing up 4 kilometres back to the river source, and that gives us the ability to interpret whether we've got any leaks along the way. So we're not driving up and down checking irrigation lines for blowouts, etc. That can all be done remotely.
So I'm Sean Riley, I'm from Gurra Downs, and yeah, I've been involved with the family business since a little tacker. So one of my roles within the business is irrigation management. So since this new irrigation system's been up and running, it's given us a lot of efficiencies. We're able to do things in 1 shift as opposed to 2 or 3 shifts. So we've already seen a great change. Last year we'd have a lot of dieback already and a lot of salt burn. Crop this year on the vines is pretty good, a lot better than what we've traditionally had.
I think at our best, following a flood, which has only really occurred twice in the last 20 years, we may have got down to maybe 400 or 500 EC units, and we have been up as high as 5,500 EC units. So for most of the time, we probably average around 3,000 to 4,000 EC units that we've been irrigating with these. So fresh water, yahoo!